On one side you have Shimo, the mother of all titans and the cause of the last ice age. On the other side you have King Ghidorah, the false king and Godzilla's greatest leading enemy, strongest too. The question is, who is the strongest between the two? Well, today, as to everybody watching this video in this channel, I welcome you to find that out. And I wish all of you a happy new year. Let's hope this year is better than 2025. So, I'll first start debunking arguments, then do the scaling of Shimo. The first argument is completely based off of this scan here from a Japanese guidebook, which states that Ghidorah is Godzilla's strongest leading enemy and that he's stronger than Shimo. This is supported by every single other statement that states that Ghidorah is Godzilla's strongest leading enemy as well. Two reasons this doesn't work. Number one, Shimo in the in the novelization is specifically stated to be unlike Ghidorah, or not be Godzilla's enemy at all. And the way she's expressed to being some sort of an enemy is being controlled by Scar King, which we find out at the end of the movie being true. Second reason is that Scar King himself was made to rival Ghidorah in terms of power. However, the next argument is even bigger and the even popular one, maybe. Now, unlike the first argument, this isn't stated anywhere. It is backed up by all the paintings that include Godzilla fighting Ghidorah with Mothra and Rodan in them, and that it's stated that Shimo froze Ghidorah. There's a third reason, but first I'll debunk these two first. First reason this doesn't work is that we have to importantly note that all of those paintings don't all include Mothra and Rodan. I'll talk about Shimo later, but in two of the paintings there's only Godzilla and Ghidorah. In another one there's Mothra, Godzilla and Ghidorah, and in another one it's Mothra, Godzilla, Ghidorah. Although this argument could possibly be debunked by arguing that Shimo isn't exactly showcased helping Godzilla, Mothra and Rodan in these paintings, but that has a flaw that contradicts it. And that is Adam Wingard changing the writing of the Monsterverse when he came. However, that also has a flaw. It's a little big. Now for the third reason for making this argument consistent, and that is, in this specific statement alone, it stated that Ghidorah had the strength to defeat Godzilla. However, importantly, it's directly stated in the novelization that Godzilla used to amp up himself during the ancient times. Note, importantly, that Ghidorah also didn't fight alone, and that Camazotz had also fought beside him since he fought Godzilla as well. And that makes sense for Rodan to be in one of the paintings and to be not in another one. Now, that was me debunking the first argument that makes this entire argument consistent argumentatively. I've debunked the third too, but not the second, which is what I'll do now. For the second argument, which is by this scan alone, stated in the 𝐎𝐔𝐃 novelization, that I repeat, Shimo froze Ghidorah, is that, well, having to be debunking this while scaling Shimo first. So first we'll scale Shimo and then debunk this, because that's how you need to debunk it. And that's how it's basically not true at all. Now, I'ma also debunk this statement right here too from a Japanese guidebook that states that Godzilla had defeated Shimo. However, the novelization specifically states, as well as with the help of the paintings, that Godzilla was losing but when fighting, and that the way he won is by trapping Scar King and Shimo, Scar King's army too, in the underground. And for this second part of Shimo scaling, I will need you to watch my Kong vs. Godzilla and Godzilla 2019 vs. Godzilla 2021 videos. Because in there, I've scaled Godzilla 2021 above 2019 so that 𝐎𝐔𝐃 Godzilla's base form is above that, and so that energized Godzilla is above that, and so that evolved Godzilla is above energized. Because I will not mention them again just to make this video stupidly long for no reason at all. Now for this third part of Shimo scaling, it isn't that much, but it's mainly her basically tossing evolved Godzilla like a ragdoll with one arm, tanking superset evolved Godzilla's atomic ray for whatever amount of time, and basically freezing his base form by one-shotting him. Godzilla did escape, but Shimo still overpowered him by a lot. Now I'll be finishing the video with this, but since the some of y'all that still use this argument and say it took all four of them to freeze Ghidorah, you'll then have to explain Shimo not being able to completely freeze Kong here. And please don't even use this scan over here, because animing are changing the entire writing of the Monsterverse applies to this as well. So yeah. And so that's the end of this video. I hope all of y'all maybe enjoyed this and agreed to this. If you don't, then we can discuss or debate this in Discord. Like and maybe subscribe, and see ya.